Hey, this is Notser, and I'm going to preview 0.5.3. The Asian server just got a nice article. It highlights all of the major points of 0.5.3, and I thought I would cover them and share my thoughts. So, team battles. 7 ships versus 7 ships with a limitation of 1 carrier and or 2 battleships per side. Exactly like ranked, so just imagine all of the ranked maps being the team battle maps also. Just imagine the same objectives that you would do in ranked. Solo players aren't ignored in this particular game type. You can become a mercenary and help a party out if they're low on numbers. It is a separate elo, so that party itself has a rating separate from each individual rating in ranked. There is no limitation on what tier you pull. So far, they have not described any resource limitation. In fact, they have encouraged you to have tier 9 and 10s for this game type. It sounds like tier 9 and 10 will never have the chance to participate in ranked battles, so this is the next best thing. It'll be interesting, it'll be fun for clans. It doesn't sound like there's going to be a lot of bonus to do this, though. I don't know what they're going to justify as far as any reward structure. They haven't really revealed any of that. So right now, it's just for fun. The next thing, commander skills, getting a huge change. First up, we're getting 4 brand new commander skills. First one, manual secondary control. It will be a level 5 commander skill. And basically, it's going to make secondary guns much more effective, but they will not automatically engage targets anymore. You will have to set it manually. Some of you might have noticed that I do this already out of habit. If you bring up your cursor and select the target, much like aircraft, you can set them as the primary, secondary target. This is going to work off of that. Secondaries are going to be much more effective. Now, I don't know how effective they will be, but right now they're basically worthless. They just look cool. So that'll be cool. The next one, manual AA control. This will be a level 4, and it's going to be exactly the same as the secondary control. It will increase the effectiveness of the AA when you select a target. Next up, survivability expert, level 4 again, and all it is a percentage health increase, which sounds totally broken to me. You're going to take it in pretty much every class of ship. I don't understand this change. I understand that the battleship needs a tier 4 that they really want, but I'd really like more health in my cruiser and my destroyer. That sounds really awesome to me. The final brand new skill, Torpedo Acceleration. Again, a level 4. It's going to sacrifice torpedo range for speed. And they're targeting the Japanese destroyers, obviously, that have an obscene range. Have no idea what percentage you give up, how much speed you gain. All I know is it's going to sacrifice torpedo range for speed. We didn't just get brand new skills, we also got buffs to older skills. Last Stand will be moved from level 4 to level 2. This is a huge buff. Last Stand is so good for every single destroyer. You might even take this in every single cruiser as well. I can't wait to have this at level 2. It will open up my options immensely in my destroyer and possibly my cruisers. So the 5 other skills, just number changes. Have no idea what those changes are yet, but I'll go through each one. Expert loader. You load the ammo quicker whenever you're swapping between HE and AP. Right now it's 30% faster. It needs to be way better. It's competing with a lot at tier 1 for the battleship. Pretty much the whole line is required for the battleship, except for obviously the aircraft and this crappy skill. It's just not good enough right now to justify it. So we'll see how good they make it. Torpedo Armament Expertise, that's a tier 2. It allowed you to rearm your torpedo a little bit faster, 10%. I don't know how much they're going to buff it, but it's already required for pretty much any destroyer that uses torpedoes actively. So yeah, maybe they wanted to make it more enticing for US destroyers, Soviet destroyers, maybe even cruisers. I don't know. That's crazy talk, Notser. Vigilance. This is the torpedo warning system that they have in the game right now. It's really nice. If they make it even nicer, then pretty much any battleship that you ever see crying about destroyers being OP should take this, because that means they're bad. They don't understand that a destroyer right next to them is probably going to torpedo them. So you should take this, so you can see those torpedoes with your own eyes. Jack of all trades. This reduces the cooldown on all consumables. Right now it's 10%. And that's really crappy. Most consumables are charge based. You're not really waiting on the cooldown. You're more waiting to use the charge in the most optimal manner. Damage control will benefit, of course, and if it gets buffed enough, then it's going to be required, because damage control saves lives. So we'll just see where that goes. And finally, last chance. Whenever your ship is below 20% life, you attack 9% faster. In other games, it would probably double your rate of attack if you're that low, but obviously in this game you will last under 20 for a long time. You could probably kill the entire team if you were skilled enough at maintaining your health that low. We'll have to see how far they take it. There's going to be 2 skill nerfs. Who hasn't seen this coming since 0.5.1? Basic firing training and advanced firing training will no longer influence calibers above 137 millimeters. That means all light cruisers will no longer benefit from a slightly faster rate of fire and greater range. Now, I have seen that they have compensated with range and rate of fire buffs to put it somewhere between having the skill and not having the skill, if you know what I mean. I'm completely fine with this change. Doesn't influence me at all. My Mogami will still be as dominant. I am someone who doesn't rely on the range of my ships. I'm a little aggressive, just a little bit. So I get in there and I fight the enemy. I don't need the extra range to do what I do. Now, if these changes go in, I think they're going in. But if they do go in, they are going to compensate by allowing us to retrain our commander for free. That is a lot of doubloons that I'm going to be saving. I really hope this goes in, if for nothing else than the free commander training. I really hope this goes in, and then we can move on. That's what I really hope for. There are some additional things they're going to add in 0.5.3. Torpedo Reload Booster. It's a brand new consumable for the Hatsuharu and the Kagero. They swap out smoke, and you have the ability to nearly instantly rearm your torpedoes and send them out again. You only get 1 charge by default, so I assume Premium gives you 2, Superintendent gives you 3, but you have to give up smoke. Can you imagine if you're found out with this build? You're just dead. And it's only on the Hatsuharu and the Kagero. So it's a test bed, obviously. These 2 particular ships are underperforming. They would like to see if a faster rearm would give them the ability to exist. Perhaps this will cause players to actually keep and use these ships because they're so unique. They're adding more achievements and probably more flags. I'm all for this. Free stuff's cool. AA changes. They're increasing the damage that the longest range AA platform does per ship. So their theory is you will stick together because you have a better chance to extend your AA coverage over your allies. Wargaming are completely changing the air groups for pretty much all the aircraft carriers. The Midway and the Essex are losing their 2nd torpedo bomber. There is no build that you could possibly go where you get a 2nd torpedo bomber on those 2 aircraft carriers. They are trying to define the US as the dive bombing aircraft carrier and the Japanese as the torpedo bombing aircraft carrier. I completely understand that, but dive bombers are crap and they need to be buffed. They're also taking out jets, so overall the aircraft should be more consistent across all tiers of their speed. That tells me that maneuvering will be rewarded. Right now at tier 9 and 10, it's not. They're too fast. Hopefully this is just one more step to making aircraft carriers fun to play as and against. I want to see more in my games. They also teased a brand new African map, and it looks beautiful. These screenshots are just gorgeous to look at. I love the plateau design. I love all this. It is so interesting to see the soil layers. They tell the actual story of the planet. Hopefully the map is fun to actually play on, because it looks great. They also teased some permanent camouflage that they will be introducing. One is for the Iowa-class battleship, German cruiser Admiral Hipper, the Japanese cruiser Mogami, definitely buying this one by the way, probably getting the Hipper and the Iowa also, and the Tashkent. Not so much, because the ship itself is pretty bad. Hopefully they can give it a little love. But yeah, this is just a first preview. We have not been on the test server yet. I will definitely share my thoughts on the changes, on the new map, on the permanent camouflage when I see it. I hope the game in the background was entertaining enough. It was in my Iowa. I had the AA range increase module. And you could tell because I was taking out aircraft left and right. We'll see how all of this shakes down. There's going to be so many videos that I have to make discussing all of the classes and all the changes, but it's worth it. I really enjoy making this content for everyone. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy making it. I just have a real quick question. So, whenever I'm uploading my videos, I play Armored Warfare PvE. Who cares? It's bots, right? Your ping doesn't matter. My ping is around 300 when I'm uploading. You really can't play anything that requires a good internet connection. You know, competitive multiplayer. I really enjoy the base system that they've built around Armored Warfare, and there's a ton of teaching potential for those who care. I would do it in the same style as this, maybe on a different channel, maybe once a week as a bonus content, whatever. I just wanted to see if anyone's interested. I love doing tons of research. I just can't get enough of it. Seems like every moment of the day I'm researching something. So I'm already doing this. Might as well share my experience in how I'm maximizing my build in Armored Warfare 2. I hope everyone enjoys all of this that I shared with you today. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.